I have a lot of business experience, and one thing that is different than most lenders is we will give you 2 lending options, and then you choose which product fits you. You didn't get into business to beg banks. Construction is one of the hardest working industries in America, but it is also one of the toughest when it comes to cash flow. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had a month where work was everywhere? Your crews were busy, jobs were moving, and invoices were going out? Everything looked great, but your bank account still felt tight? If you are a contractor, you already know exactly what I mean. Because construction businesses live in a world where the money rarely shows up when you actually need it. Payroll comes every week. Suppliers want payment right now. Fuel costs keep climbing, insurance bills arrive, equipment breaks down, and sometimes clients take 30, 60, even 90 days to pay. That is the reality of construction. And it is exactly why so many contractors are now using something called a construction line of credit. Let me explain it in simple terms. A construction line of credit gives your business access to money whenever you need it. Think of it like a financial safety net for your company. Instead of waiting for a bank loan every time cash gets tight, you already have access to funds sitting there ready to go that you are not paying interest on. You can draw from it, use what you need, then pay it back when your invoices come in, and once you repay it, the funds become available again with no interest accruing. It is flexible, it is fast, and for many contractors, it becomes one of the most valuable tools they have. Now let's talk about the construction industry itself, because this industry is massive, and it includes far more than just general contractors. You have residential builders constructing new homes, commercial contractors building office buildings and shopping centers, industrial contractors working on factories, warehouses, and large infrastructure. Then there are subcontractors, concrete contractors pouring foundations and driveways, framing contractors building the structure of homes and buildings, roofing contractors installing shingles, tile, and metal roofing systems, electricians wiring homes, businesses, and industrial facilities, plumbers installing water lines, sewer lines, and drainage systems, HVAC contractors installing heating and air conditioning systems, grading and excavation contractors preparing land for construction, drywall installers, painters, tile installers, carpenters, landscapers, steel erectors, masonry contractors, paving contractors, demolition companies, heavy equipment operators. The list goes on and on. Every one of these businesses faces the same problem. Cash flow timing, work happens first, payments arrive later. That gap between work and payment can create serious pressure. Let me share a real story. A concrete contractor in Texas had multiple jobs going at the same time. The company was profitable, there was plenty of work, but several large invoices were still waiting to be paid. Nearly 2 months had passed. Meanwhile, payroll arrived every Friday. Every week, the owner felt stress building. He knew the money was coming, but it had not arrived yet. Instead of slowing down work or delaying payroll, he secured a construction line of credit. Now, when payroll week arrived before customer payments, he simply drew from the credit line. Once his clients paid their invoices, he paid the credit line back down. The stress disappeared. His crews stayed working. The company kept growing. Here's another example. A commercial remodeling contractor had the opportunity to take on a much larger project. It was the kind of job that could take his business to the next level. But the project required a lot of upfront spending: materials, labor, subcontractors, equipment rentals. The contractor did not want to drain his entire bank account just to start the job, so he used a construction line of credit. The line funded the early stage of the project. Once project payments arrived, he paid the balance back down. That one project opened the door to even bigger contracts. This is exactly why lines of credit are so powerful in construction. They give you flexibility, they give you stability, and they allow you to keep projects moving forward. Contractors use construction lines of credit for many different reasons: covering payroll while waiting for client payments, buying materials for a new project, fuel costs for trucks and heavy equipment, emergency equipment repairs, mobilizing crews at the start of a new job, handling seasonal slow periods, or simply bridging the gap between invoices and payments. Because in construction, timing is everything. Many contractors also combine lines of credit with other financing tools. For example, equipment financing to purchase excavators, skid steers, dump trucks, and other machinery. Accounts receivable financing to get cash from unpaid invoices faster. Purchase order financing to cover large material orders. SBA loans for long-term business growth. Each financing tool solves a different problem. But the line of credit is the one that gives contractors flexibility every single day. Most construction lines of credit range from around $10,000 to several $1,000,000 depending on the strength of the business. Many lenders look for a high credit score and 2 years in business. Not us. we look for a minimum of 580 or higher, at least a few months in business, around $10,000 or more in monthly revenue. And a business checking account. Approvals and funding normally happen within about 2 to 8 days. Speed matters. Because when an opportunity appears in construction, it rarely waits. The next project, the next contract, the next growth opportunity could already be right in front of you. And the only question that matters is this. The next project, or the next contract, the next growth opportunity could already be right in front of you. And the only question that matters is this. Will your company have the capital to take it? Construction is one of the engines that drives the entire economy. According to federal construction data, this industry generates enormous revenue every single year. But revenue alone does not keep the lights on. Cash flow does. And smart contractors understand that managing cash flow is just as important as winning the next job. That is why more construction companies across the country are turning to construction lines of credit. Not because their business is struggling, but because their business is growing, and growth requires access to capital. So if you are a contractor, a builder, an electrician, a plumber, a roofer, an HVAC specialist, a concrete contractor, a grading contractor, or any business working in the construction industry, you already know how important steady cash flow can be. A construction line of credit can help keep your projects moving, keep your crews working, and keep your business growing. If you would like to learn more about construction financing options, call Kevin Kermeen 7 days a week at 4-809-158690, or learn more at 75bizloans.com. That is 75bizloans.com, and see how access to capital can help your construction business grow and take on those jobs your competition can't. I look forward to learning how I can help you grow your construction business. Let's build your success together.